death and destruction. We got them both today, and we've actually been getting them for the last a long time. More than just this. Since February 16th, everything has been dying, and it's been absolute death and carnage. So it's been fun times. We bought the dip, right? It's great. We got some good deals. They kept on dipping. We were buying them again, and here we go again, right? I mean, for like the 50th time, I'm buying the dip. Here's my proof, right? It's like, Brandon, you say you buy the dip every day. What's different this time? Why should we believe anything you say, right? Well, you determine whether you want to believe me. That's your choice, but I want to show you the proof as to if I believe what I'm saying, right? Here's your proof, my friends. I just sold CTXR and Microvision as they were holding up pretty well compared to everything else relatively, right? These two are actually, these two stocks, and not even these two, but just in the on my watch list here, the amount of auspicious buys we have right now is there's more of a plethora now than any other time that I have seen prior to February this year, I would say, and probably going back even way further than that, realistically, right? But just ape language, these are good deals. It's time to buy the dip. Yes, you've been buying the dip, and it kept on dipping. Suck it up, dude. This is these are the markets. This is not a get rich quick scheme, man. It doesn't. You have to put in work to get something. You can't just become rich without any sacrifice. Anything worthwhile in life is going to require a lot of sacrifice. This is just how it is. Buying high, selling low is what you are going to be doing if you decide to sell now. And I'm not trying to tell you what you should do with your money, my friends, but I'm just trying to illuminate you as to why I am holding and adding on the dips, right? I sold Microvision because look, it's down 1% on the day, right? It's down 1%, okay? Relatively, Microvision has actually been going sideways for the last 5 days. What have JMIA and Bionano been doing? You guys know how bullish I am on Microvision, but Bionano and JMIA, these stocks have gotten obliterated. I mean, we're talking like Happy Wheels, just blood everywhere in the streets, right? Garbage can on fire that smells like shit. I mean, this is absolutely insane. And what is more perplexing about this, not only for Bionano, but JMIA as well, the fundamentals have been insanely improving largely, at least in the last few days for Bionano since 1569. But for JMIA, they just had a researcher from Citron, of all places, come out and say they're a buyout target and release their super bullish thesis. What happens the next trading day? 12% in the red when the Nasdaq is down a lot, sure, but this stock is already oversold. It was already oversold before today. Bionano, on the other hand, 1569, company has only exponentially increased its fundamental worth. We have gone down more than 66%. Be greedy when others are fearful. That is my number one piece of advice for everyone that is in doubt right now. Also, if you are in doubt, many people are right now, just admit it. It's better to be honest. Ask yourself why you're invested in these companies. For me, it's easy. And for you, it is as well, because I'm going to put a card on the top right, and that video explains in high detail and extreme depth, why I love Bionano. Why I think we're going to do great things long term. This is why it's my number one stock that I'm adding to right now in the last few weeks, right? This is why it is well over 50% of the portfolio. Let me show you exactly. Okay, so 45, 8, 53, 54. So 54, almost 55% of my portfolio, right? The very, very red portfolio, right? 55%. You may call me a madman, right? Where's your diversification, buddy? Don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay? I'm not going to go on a rant about how diversification is largely stupid, and that's Warren Buffett call. And take Warren Buffett's word, not me, but this is not a diversification video. Nothing on that. Bionano is going to do great things. I am sure of it. Fuck the disclaimers. I'm sure of it, okay? Technically, there's a chance that we get delisted and we all burn. Technically, yes. Is it going to happen? I don't think so. This is why I'm not worried. Do I seem stressed out right now? Okay, I may seem a little pissed off. That's because I am. But I'm not worried about Bionano's long-term outlook or even mid-term outlook. I'm not worried about this. Now, there are legitimate risks, right? Of course. Is it worth the risk? Hell yes, it is. Hell yes, it is. So that's your rant for today. Before we go into this, it's important that you all realize the difference between technical analysis, that worth, compared to the fundamental value of a company, that worth. the fundamentals is what determines a company's value in the long term. Now, you may be thinking, Brandon, the stock market is a place where investors determine a stock's value. That is true. However, investors can pick and choose which stocks they like however long they want. But at the end of the day, when the earnings per share and revenue financial results, when those financial results come out, that's what determines the stock price, along with many other things. If investors hate a stock and it starts getting a ton of sales, a ton of revenue, a ton of advancements, a ton of innovations, it doesn't matter that a couple people didn't like it before. There's going to be a market for them. Bionano's fundamentals is what is not, that is what is making me not worry whatsoever about the technicals, because as we're going to get into, we are not looking good whatsoever as far as the technicals. Now, of course, I am loading on the dip, and I recommend this as a buy point. I've been recommending the dip for a long time. You guys know this. I have said anything under 10 is a steal, and I have been loading throughout this entire downtrend, right? Midterm, right? We're still in an uptrend macroscopically, kind of, right? We're going to get into kind of what is going on with EMA. It's a little scary, but before we get to that, I just want to say the fundamentals have only increased. The last time we were at $5 a share prior to these two little dips here. The amount of sales that we had, the higher throughput Sapphire 2.0 Sapphire, the insider transactions, the institutional ownership, the quote from the CEO talking about why the total addressable market of $3 billion to $3.5 billion is low, because they have applications for products that are not even developed yet and that are on the come up. In other words, there are markets that Bionano has not tapped into, or products or innovations in their products that have not actually started yet or been used to the fullest extent yet. The last time we were at $5, we didn't have any of that. Now we do. And this is why I'm not hesitating. This is why I'm not hesitating to load on the dip, because I know one of these days we're going to be gone. I know it's going to happen. The fundamentals, you cannot neglect the fundamentals. The investors cannot neglect the fundamentals perpetually. It's impossible. It is impossible. The fundamentals will eventually determine the stock price. The fundamentals will. It is 100% going to happen. Now, whether those fundamentals keep increasing from here or keep decreasing, I'm not sure about that. But what I am sure about, and I am damn sure about it, the fundamentals have only doubled, if not tripled, if not quadrupled in fundamental worth, I would say, that which is not a very scientific measurement or unit, but the fundamentals have only increased since 1569. I know I'm a broken record, but I know today is going to be a day where I get a ton of people that are pissed off. They don't know what's going on. Should I sell? What should I do, Brandon? You know what I think you should do. I think you should put your phone down. I think you should realize that when others are fearful, you need to get greedy. Selling low to just go buy something like crypto or Doge at highs is basically the least auspicious thing you can do at this point. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, there's two things you need to do. Assess your risk tolerance and goals. Number two, put your phone down, which is the more auspicious option. Put the phone down and hold and just take yourself out of the stock world. Just get out of here. Watch some Star Wars. Watch some Lord of the Rings, man. Seriously. Just go get out of the space. Get out of it. As long as you've done your research, as long as you check up with these videos, check out the recent news for Bionano every week or so, every month even, you have nothing to worry about if you've done your due diligence, which it's not hard to do your due diligence. Just go read the document or watch some of it. You don't have to watch the whole 2 hours. You don't have to read the whole 76-page document. Just watch a fair amount, read a fair amount, go look at some other sources, go look up other people's opinions, get some second opinions. Make your decision based on that. Do not make your decision based on, oh my God, Brandon, it's such a bad stock. We've been going down every day. I have so much red. How do you think this company is going to do great things? Because my lens is a little wider than yours. I've expanded my view a little past what the traders and short-term investors are determining what is the true value for Bionano, right? Because it's not a true value. It's what they think. Guess what? The revenue of Bionano and the fundamentals of Bionano doesn't give a shit what the retail investors think. Bollinger Bands on the daily here. We are getting much closer to being to that bottom band. We are fairly oversold. If we look at the RSI on the daily, we're at 34. We're near that 30 level. And obviously, last time we hit 30 on the RSI, we had a 30%, 40% increase in the stock price. So I'm not saying that's about to happen again once we get to 30, but I'm just saying we are getting much more oversold every day. If we look at the super trends, let's just get the ugly out of the way right now. It is looking awful. The daily is actually looking good, actually, right? Because we actually have the Supertrend sitting at 476 on the daily, and we are green, right? So that's extremely bullish, actually. If we could get a bounce off here and get a modified double bottom, that would be amazing. But the fact of the matter is, that is the only bullish indicator whatsoever, pretty much, out of the important ones when we're as far as trend measurement and direction gauging indicators, right? If we look at the 4-hourly, it's awful. It's awful. I mean, it is horrible. We just got that bearish flip. I'm not, you guys know, I mean, I'm sure some of you think I'm biased and I never call it bearish when it is, but this is an example of a day where tomorrow and the rest of the week, it looks bearish based on the technicals. Keyword, technicals only, right? Fundamentally, this is an amazing buy point. If one were to neglect the fundamentals, I can understand why they would say, dude, it's time to short. But at the same time, not necessarily because we're so damn oversold, right? Also, we're at a level of support here. But according to these indicators, right, 4-hourly, extremely bearish. 2-hourly, extremely bearish. We have everything. We just got the bearish SAR flip there. We're still 2-hourly. Supertrend is bearish. Hourly, we just got the flip today. I mean, come on. The Supertrend flip just happened today. That's bearish. Now, what is on our side here? Also, that's not even the worst of it. That's not even the worst of it. And please watch me all the way through before you go and make the conclusion of, oh, I can buy lower now. Let's go. Okay, maybe you can, but the question is, do you really want to bet against Bionano's fundamentals? That if you have been keeping up with the channel, you know the fundamentals mean that a mooning and a rocket is imminent. I shouldn't say imminent, but it's bound to happen, right? The fundamental value will determine the stop price one of these days. I guarantee you. But this is the scary indicator, and please hear me all the way throughout before you start freaking out. The 200-day EMA, you guys know it is one of my favorite indicators in determining are we in an uptrend or downtrend macroscopically, right? We close the day below it. Now, before you freak out, there is a well, I shouldn't say a high chance, but there is at least a decent, if not a good chance that this is actually a false breakdown, because not only do we have, okay, I'm not even going to get into the fundamentals real quick because I get to go on such a long tangent, but basically just to keep it short here, many stocks that I see, and you can just go look at the examples for yourself, just pull up the 200-day EMA for any stock, for any stock that has had any sort of a run in the last few months. So basically every stock there is in existence, right? Because everything's going up since February 16th and then everything's going down. A lot of times you will have stocks bounce around that 200-day EMA, kind of give you some false signals, right? Some wicks down, some fake, some false breakdowns, right? Then you will have a bounce. It's very often that these 200-day EMA indicators, as far as trend direction, there's a strong proclivity for it to be false signals. Now, this is just one example. If you look at the 200-day EMA and the interaction with the price action, you will find this example there's a very strong proclivity for this to happen. So basically with the 200-day EMA, right, plenty of stocks that I have found, a lot of them will like to confirm the breakdown below the 200-day EMA and then just break right back out, right? So basically it's not the best indicator for that. Sometimes, well, not even sometimes, a lot of times it's a false signal. So I'm not freaking out. I'm not saying, oh, we're below the 200-day EMA, we're in bearish territory. No, not necessarily at all, right? The 15-day EMA is at $6.07 right now. The 200-day EMA is at $5.11, right? So according to those indicators, we still have the golden cross, right? The 15 and the red, or not the orange and the red, right? The 15 and the 200, otherwise known as. I'm not freaking out, but that is bearish, right? Nonetheless, we closed below it, so that is bearish, of course. Looking at the MACD, we just got that bearish flip, so that's another bearish thing. Remember, this is one of the more slow indicators. If we look at the 4-hourly, this one we did. Let's see here. Okay, so it looks like we just maybe are getting that cross actually right as we speak. It looks like right now the MACD is still above it barely. So that is something to keep in mind. The MACD, not one of my favorite indicators, actually probably my least favorite indicator by far out of all of these, but still we want to look at all indicators to get a holistic perspective and not effectuate the fallacy of composition. So looking at the actual chart pattern here and the resistance and support. So basically we are in this rectangular green level of support here. We are technically, we technically are actually still in the support, right? So technically if we just extend this and see how I actually made this as a support here, basically you have a fair amount. You have a lot of actually supports here. If we zoom out a little bit so you can see a little better, this is the one right here, right? So you have a support here, a little bit of resistance. So it is a fairly validated and fairly strong level, in my opinion. You also have that 100% retracement level that we are basically trying to confirm the breakdown below right now. At 512, we closed the day at 501. Now, obviously, I'm not freaking out about this. Obviously, I'm fine with adding shares in the 490s. If we go lower than that, I'm going to be adding. I'm just going to keep adding if we keep going lower, literally. Until something fundamentally changes with the company, this stock is going to make us a lot of money. I think it's going to reward the people who held through and the people who averaged down, which is what I'm trying to get that average as low as I can. So there is no other way of saying it. I mean, the technicals are not really that bullish. They really are. I mean, we are oversold and we are at a support. Besides that, there's not much on the bulls' favor. You know, the fundamentals. Now, fundamentally, the bulls have every advantage you can think of. Taking a look at the institutional ownership, not only did we have BlackRock add 3.5 million shares earlier, right? That was filed on the 7th. Remember, file date not indicative of the transaction date. 2 million shares added. This was filed today by Julius Baer, Baer & Co. We did have someone sell 31,000 shares as well. We also had someone add 15,000 shares. Now you may be wondering, wow, 30,000 shares, that's a lot. Now this is, I mean, come on. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a ton, right? But I mean, just look below it, right? So, you know, even this one just alone cancels that out and then some, right? So it's been overwhelmingly positive. I remember on Friday, I think, or Thursday, this number right here was below 5%. It was like I think it was 4.2% or 4.6. We are now at 7% institutional ownership. Of course, price action still goes down. Very interesting behavior. Of course, many of these hedges, they could have sold out, right? Remember, a lot of them will wait to file at the latest date possible, but a lot of them don't, and a lot of them hold. At least I think the most of them will hold for more than a couple weeks. In my view, you know, no one knows for sure. No one has all the exact records of when institutions buy and sell, right? No one knows exactly. It's impossible. But most of the time, I would say institutions, for many reasons, empirically, typically will hold a little longer than a lot of our short-term traders will. And this is primarily due to their conviction and the amount of money that they're investing, right? But anyways, more on that some other time. So institutional ownership, extremely bullish. Bionano to report Q1 earnings. What's in the cards? We are going to go over all of this and the earnings projections soon. I don't know if I'm going to have the projections video out today, but I will be hopefully making a projections video. We will definitely be live streaming it. Also, on the note of earnings, right? So that's earnings. You're going to get that video separately. Nasdaq, markets, and high growth. What the hell is going on? Is the Nasdaq crashing? Is it time to sell out, right? Is the Nasdaq going to cause Bionano to go down further? Yep, we're going to do a whole video on this. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long, so we're going to do that another time. Please be greedy when others are fearful. Right now is the time to be greedy. In the words of Warren Buffett, don't take it from me. I'm just some guy on the internet, right? Don't take it from me, please. Take it from Warren Buffett himself. Be greedy when others are fearful. Objectively, we are in a state of the market where there is a plethora of fear. Every corner you look to, even crypto right now, it's rampant with fear, right? Be greedy. Now is the time. Be greedy when others are fearful. And how do you do this, right, Brandon? What the hell does that mean? Buy when others are selling, right? And of course, it doesn't mean, oh, one guy sold, I'm going to buy now. No, that means when stuff goes down, buy it. When stuff goes up, sell it. That's your very, very ape language, but I think most people understand that. So we're gonna be covering the earnings. Also, Twitter. We're gonna be covering Bionano's Twitter. We're gonna be covering. I'm gonna be covering everything Bionano related as far as the fundamentals elsewhere that I did not cover. Besides, everything except the institutional ownership, because we covered that here. We're going to be covering that in a separate BNGO video later today. BNGO Full Due Diligence. If you like to know why I'm so bullish on Bionano, the card is in the top right. Maybe not right now because I put it in earlier, but just click on the little I button, the little info button, and it'll come up, or link in the description and a link in the pinned comment. Current positions and portfolio showcase. Let's show off that beautiful CARNAGE. Let's show it off. Yeah. Beautiful CARNAGE. Looking amazing. Looking amazing. So much red. Oh man, yeah, that's the current positions. Absolutely killed, and I've already gone on a rant as to why I'm not selling and why I'm not cutting losses, and why I don't think you should do the same. I do have a little bit of buying power right now. I will be looking to add. I will be looking to add for either JMIA or Bionano, most likely, maybe even MP in the after hours today. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow. We will see. Relevant information in regards to the title as finished now. What do we do now, mate? We have already gone over this stuff. This stuff is coming soon. Upgrades and more ads. Hear me out. I'm not actually going for more ads, but hear me out real quick. So upgrades, right? We are upgrading. Obviously, the audio right now should be absolutely superb, I think. I hope. I think I figured it out. I think this is the best audio that we were going to realistically get, besides a few filter minor changes, subtle things that I could change and make it a little better. So things like this, right? Audio, video, live streaming quality, right? So you don't, something like stopping, figuring out a way to actually, using two computers to actually navigate and control the stream, not just one, because my other computer, it doesn't work. It does not load. So how am I going to pay for this stuff? More ads. It's true. Yes, I'm a cheapskate. Yes, I am in college. Yes, I have things to pay. And that is an option. Now, I'm not going to put more ads in the videos. I've got a lot of people telling me that it would be a great idea to actually put more ads on the videos so I can increase the quality of videos and content that I put out for y'all. So that is an option. I'm not gonna start putting 2, 3, 4, 5 ads during the video. No way. I'm not gonna do that unless everyone, like nearly everyone, is on board with that. And of course, I would stop once we get the camera and other monitor and lighting. Those are the 3 things. I think those are the last 3 things that we need. So lighting, camera, and a monitor. Okay, so and the monitor is for streams, right? Monitors for streams. Camera, okay, that's for the frames per second and the video quality, so it doesn't look so crappy and grainy. And then lighting, obviously, I mean, this stuff is all self-explanatory, but yeah, look how great this L is, man. So nice, so nice. I'm so good at drawing here. Anyways. Audio as well. If there's any audio engineers out there, I want to know. I think the audio is basically perfect now. Let me know. Anyways, free money. If anyone wants some free money, it's literally free money. Okay, there are no strings attached. You just have to be an experienced trader, and not even. You can just be a beginner trader and do this as well. Click the Webull link in the description. Now, how do you actually do that, right, Brandon? I don't know what that is. I'm new to YouTube. I don't know what Webull is. I'm scared to open an investing in brokerage. My mom says it's a scam. My grandma thinks it's a scam. Just click on any video, right? So you're on this video right now. So basically all you have to do is click on the description of any video, right? In my video, any video that I have that is even somewhat recent, all you have to do is go down Webull, get free stocks, click on the link. It'll take you to Webull. And if you have to deposit, you have to open your account there, sign up, open your account. It takes a couple days, right? You got to put all, opening a brokerage account is not like, it's not like you can't do it instantly, but it is fairly quick. Deposit $100. You will get $20 to like $2,000 free, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but you will get like a free $15 to $40 free, guaranteed, something like that. Guaranteed, literally. It's that easy in the form of free stocks. So if you want free money, I recommend Webull. Also, Webull is the broker that I use here. So feel free to get some free stocks if you would like. Anyways, this is not financial advice. Thank y'all so much. I will see y'all in the next one.